You will drown in eternal night.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday I stumbled across some news that could actually hold another update in store for us. Of course, nothing major, this will be just a little patch update. But on Twitter, the official MK mobile page tweeted out combatants, the Classic Scorpion bug and various other bugs will be addressed in an upcoming patch. We are underway on the fixes now and will release the patch as soon as it's ready. Thank you for your patience. Hashtag MKMobile. And for all of those who are not familiar with the Classic Scorpion bug, since this update, the special one of Classic Scorpion is not working properly anymore. For example, it is no longer unblockable despite reaching 80% and higher, and it also has not this effect anymore that it can pull back the weakest character into the match. In this case it would have been Reptile here, instead Scorpion just blocked the attack. If you manage to get it unblocked, you will still deal at least the bleed damage. But interestingly enough, once the AI uses that special one attack, it has no problems breaking the block, pulling the weakest enemy back into the field. And it took the official MK mobile team about 1 week after this update dropped to even acknowledge that, and so far we have no information when exactly that patch update will come out. For now we still have the towers, who knows. But for today's topic I want to talk a little bit about Klassic Smoke, who was just added with this update 2.7. And already the way that he was added was infuriating to most long-time players. Because basically all they gave us was a pack for $10 and that was just the tip of the iceberg, because if you opened up this Klassic Smoke special bundle, you found very quickly that his drop rate is only a 20% chance. Despite you paying hard cash, so to speak, you will not guaranteed be able to get what you paid for. And by hearing that Smoke will be a part of MK Mobile, many fans immediately had this picture of MK9 Smoke in their head. But since NetherRealm has become extremely lazy, it was of course just the classic version, following the tradition of cards like Classic Scorpion, Classic Sub-Zero, Classic Ermac, and to a degree even Classic Reptile, even though they did a little extra visually here. Completely aside from the fact that he's diamond and you basically need almost, let's say, 1.5 if not 2 years to max him out if you just wait for his Reptile event to come back. But then kind of assuming that if Smoke is that expensive and hard to get, especially because it's right now the only way to obtain Classic Smoke, this card must be absolutely amazing. They probably did something incredible with his passive. They might have given him the coolest gear in the game. And a big spoiler here, it is actually quite average here. And as we then were facing him for the first time in the tower, of course everybody was curious, and we had a closer look at his basic attacks, which of course completely resemble his Triborg variation, which kind of makes sense because this way the players will still feel like they are playing Smoke, and that is totally fine. But then we saw the special one attack. And if you are thinking right now Scorpion, then your thought process is completely correct, because if you look at Hellspawn Scorpion's combo ender, you will see exactly that. What in the burning hell? Granted, this combo ender was already copied once back then, as they freshly released cosplay Jackie Briggs. In her Scorpion variation she uses that combo ender as well, but she is paying a tribute to Scorpion, so that actually totally makes sense in her case. In terms of Smoke, it does not. Another really interesting thing that I came across, and that also might be interesting to you, and that is that little detail that Spectre's Infernal Chains, the rare gear from the Shirai Ryu Tower, can also be shared with Smoke and is not exclusively for Scorpion only. Granted, you will have to max out this equipment first, but this is a very clear indicator that Smoke is a plain copy of Scorpion. Even his special 2, called There and Back, feels like in the good old MK2 days, I would say, where you had that function that Scorpion can jump from one side of the screen to the other just to punch your opponent and then just basically teleport back. So not even that feels really unique. The best thing on the first look here is, I would say, that he really managed to keep his X-ray from MK9, and that actually looks quite good, even though I saw people complaining about that. But if you think about it, why would NetherRealm Studios lift one extra finger for MK Mobile if they just can use existing material? And so far Classic Smoke has been nothing else than just a plain copy of stuff that already existed, mostly already in MK Mobile itself. They basically just had to render that X-ray and maybe create that little animation for the special 2, but that's about it. The mechanic for the blindness as we see it here, that was already done with MK11 Sub-Zero, just that he has the frostbite instead of the blindness effect. And while we are already here, it makes absolutely no sense that Kenshi is affected by blindness. NetherRealm, make this guy completely immune to blind, because he's so used to that by now after all those years. At least give us a little logic. One thing I gotta give them though, as soon as Smoke has his extra speed increase, then it actually becomes fun fighting against this character, because he really puts up a little challenge, at least if you are facing him in the Fatal Tower in one of the higher matches. This one was actually quite fun, and I can only hope that we will face a few of those in Faction Wars in the near future, especially when NetherRealm decides to make this character available for everybody, which I still think will be the case. At some point there will be a pack with souls, horrendous drop rates, but at least Smoke will be there. And while the world, including me, is still fighting the coronavirus, we are just waiting now for that new upgrade to drop, so at least some character bugs will be fixed, because especially a character like Classic Scorpion is so immensely important for players who don't have strong diamonds that they need at least some golds to work with. But yeah, that's already it from my side today. And I hope you enjoyed the rant about Classic Smoke, because I think it was quite important to be said. And other than that, we are now waiting for that update, and please let these important bugs be fixed, because the last thing that we need is a Hell Sponge Scorpion. Thank you for tuning in once again, and as usual, I will be back with the next video very soon. Until then, you can choose one of the 2 videos that are up here right now. Please like, comment and subscribe. And also don't forget to click the bell notification icon so you will be informed every time when I upload a new video. Take care, Casey over and out for today.